Hey guys, today we'll list 5 hidden details in Forrest Gump you never noticed. Let's get right into it. Number 1. There are scenes that were real and fake. The massive anti-war rally where Forrest and Jenny finally reunite is a sight to behold, and it wasn't easy to pull off. Even when there are legitimate protests and rallies, it is nearly impossible to fill the National Mall in Washington, D.C., so making it work for a film is even more difficult. The Forrest Gump producers made it work by gathering 1,500 extras and clustering them together in different areas of the mall for different takes, then blending the crowds together to create the appearance of the massive rally scene on screen. Much like the anti-war rally scene, the classic Forrest Gump feather scene actually consisted of a blend of real shots and CGI movie magic. The film crew actually recorded a real feather being blown around in front of a blue screen, which many viewers assume is fake. When it came time to add it to the film, they edited together specific clips of the feather moving in the directions they wanted it to move in the scene, and then mixed it in with the real exterior shot for a seamless but impossible to believe sequence. Number 2. Forrest never blinks during ping pong. One of the 1,000 subplots that Forrest Gump finds himself in the middle of throughout the course of the film is his professional ping pong playing career. And one interesting fact about Forrest's ping pong abilities is that he never blinks while playing, and his laser focus on the game likely stems from the same source as many of his other behaviors. Someone simply told him he should do it. When he first starts learning to play ping pong, one of his fellow soldiers tells him that the key to the game is to keep his eye on the ball, which he does literally. Number 3. The ping pong ball was actually CGI. Forrest Gump used computers to create so many illusions, from removing actor Gary Sinise's legs to having Tom Hanks interact with JFK and John Lennon, that viewers may not have noticed one of the film's more deviously brilliant tricks. There is a memorable scene in the film in which the title character's considerable ping pong skills make him famous during his army stint. When he is invited to play ping pong behind the so-called bamboo curtain, he becomes one of the first Americans to visit the land of China in like a million years. As arbitrary as this plot twist appears to be, ping pong diplomacy was an actual part of Richard Nixon's plan to establish détente with China. But how did Tom Hanks play table tennis so convincingly in Robert Zemeckis' Smash in 1994? Some answers can be found in a behind-the-scenes DVD supplement. Hanks had some ping pong skills, no doubt, but they were not up to the standards of his character, so some digital deception was used. The actor and his opponent, simply identified as Valentine, are swatting at the air with their paddles, timing their movement to the sound of clicks. The ball was later added optically. This time of pantomime came naturally to Hanks, but his scene partner was a true ping pong wizard who had to adjust to playing his favorite sport without a ball. This brief documentary also shows how Zemeckis' film deftly employs digital background extras, though it goes unmentioned. In the finished film, Forrest appears to be playing ping pong in front of a large crowd in a crowded stadium. In reality, the game was shot on a soundstage with a small cast of actors. As Zemeckis puts it, movie magic. Number 4. Kurt Russell's off-screen cameo. Kurt Russell is one of those actors who has appeared in more of the best films than you might think. His nearly 60-year career is littered with cameos and bit parts, small appearances that make for interesting trivia. One such role is his uncredited part in Forrest Gump, starring Tom Hanks. Russell's role in the drama film is less blink and you'll miss it, and more if you knew it was him, he was doing it wrong. He lends his vocal talents to a brief scene involving Elvis Presley, the king himself. Forrest recalls being a fan of rock and roll as a kid, especially Elvis Presley. In the film, Forrest stops by an electronics store while shopping with his mother to watch one of Presley's performances on a TV show. Russell provided the overdubbing, which sounds eerily similar to Presley's rugged mannerisms. Russell can now be seen in the Fast and Furious franchise. His Fast and Furious character is Mr. Nobody, a tech-savvy government agent who works with Dom Toretto and the team on covert operations. He appeared in 3 of the action films so far, but no word on his involvement in Fast and Furious 10. Number 5. Forrest Gump, the Patriot. The house that Forrest Gump grows up in with his mama, in Greenbow, Alabama, is a stunningly beautiful house. And while Greenbow is a made-up town in Alabama, the house itself is very real. Believe it or not, the house was built entirely for the film on the Bluff Plantation, Yemassee, in South Carolina. Because the house was not built to code, it had to be demolished after filming was completed. This old plantation house has an ugly history, but it has a beautiful exterior and a nice enough set location that it hasn't just been used for Forrest Gump. The house was also used in some scenes in Mel Gibson's film The Patriot. The character of Aunt Charlotte in The Patriot lives in this mansion, which was only slightly redressed for this period piece film. That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.